Balachandra is come, so we can start.
Morning, everyone.
Now am I audible?
Yeah.
Now am I audible?
Yes.
A very good morning, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Come December, and we all are excited about the festivities and celebrations time. It's time of the year when we all are in high spirit and super elated as it's time for Christmas. Christmas is a festival celebrated throughout the world to commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ. But for all of us, as a kid when we grew up, December means Christmas and Christmas means holiday season. The holiday season is finally here, which means time to deck up the halls, bring out Christmas cookies, and embrace all things merry and bright. And while it's all the most wonderful season of the year, for all the good reasons, it's sometimes that we get busy in the hustle bustle of the holiday preparations and to wish each other. So let me first wish everyone a very happy and a Merry Christmas. With this, I welcome you all to meeting number 481 of Mangalore Toastmasters Club. There are certain ground rules to be followed. Kindly put your mobile phone on silent or vibrating mode. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Kindly mute yourself when not speaking. Please do not talk about sex, religion, or politics. And I would request the speakers who are in the following queue to keep your videos on to save time. With this, I hand over the meeting to our young dynamic VP Ed, Princita, to forward the meeting. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As our president, Toastmaster Sunita, is away this week, I will be presiding over today's Christmas meeting. So today is our last meeting of the club collaboration program with Kerala Toastmasters. I welcome Toastmasters Balachandra Das and Toastmaster Linta Joly to our meeting. So December can mean different things for each of us. For some of us, it can mean finally visiting family or going on vacation. For some of us, it's the time of the year where we slowly let go of our diets and eat some much well-deserved like cookies after a year well done. It could have spiritual meaning for some as well and be a time for looking within and introspecting. It can definitely be a time for looking back at our year and seeing how far we have come. It's a time for making stories, telling stories, and reflecting on our own. And for those parts of our story that might not have been our favorite, here's a quote by James Swarovski. If you're reading this, if there's air in your lungs on this December day, then there is still hope for you. Your story is still going. And maybe some things are true for all of us. Perhaps we all relate to pain. Perhaps we all relate to fear and loss and questions. And perhaps we all deserve to be honest, all deserve whatever help we need. Our stories are all so many things, heavy and light, beautiful and difficult, hopeful and uncertain. But our stories aren't finished yet. There is still time for things to heal and change and grow. There is still time to be surprised. We are still going, you and I. Our stories still going. So let's all face our stories, antagonists, and plot twists head on with a little help from God. I request Toastmaster Chandrashekhar to lead us into prayer.
Good morning, everyone. The prayer I am going to present is in Sanskrit. It is called the Peace Prayer. I am going to tell the meaning in both in Kannada as well as in English. Om ಸಹನಾವವತು ಭಗವಂತ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಓಂ ಮೇ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸಹನೌ ಭುನಕ್ತು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಸುಖವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸೋಣ. ಮೇ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಬಿ ನರಿಶ್ಡ್. ಸಹ ವೀರ್ಯಂ ಕರವಾವಹೈ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಮೇ ವಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ with great energy. ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಾವದೀದಮಸ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜೀವನವು ಪ್ರಕಾಶದಿಂದ ತುಂಬಿರಲಿ. ಮೇ our intellect be sharpened. ಮಾ ವಿದ್ವಿಷಾವಹೈ. ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಯಾವುದೇ ದ್ವೇಷ ಅಥವಾ ಅಸೂಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲದಿರಲಿ. Let there be no animosity among us. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Peace in me, peace in nature, peace in divine forces. Over to Princita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandru, for the lovely prayer. It is. Okay. So it's time to move on to the felicitations. And before we begin, I would like to heartily thank the Kerala Toastmasters Club for all their efforts and cooperation in making the club collaboration program a success. Also, a big congratulations to Toastmaster Fiona for taking charge of the club collaboration program for this quarter. We're all very thankful to you. So if there are any other felicitations, please go ahead. Okay, so if there aren't any, and I don't think there are any guests as well.
Princita, I would like to share. Sorry.
Okay, great.
So for my parents' 40th anniversary, Ruby anniversary, I was asked to raise the toast, and everyone loved it. Thanks to Fiona for a little bit of guidance. Also, yesterday we had, sorry, not yesterday, just 2 days back, we had a program in college where they had asked me a session, input session, where they had asked me to be the MC on the spot. So again, that was a challenge, but then all thanks to Toastmasters, I was able to do it.
Congratulations, Della. That sounds really awesome for you. Okay. So we may finally begin our, so thanks everyone. So we can begin our much awaited Christmas themed meeting with our enthusiastic Toastmaster Father Ashwin, who is always willing to take initiative and try out new things. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashwin.
Yes, thank you very much for your welcome and giving me this opportunity. So, welcome to this bright Toastmaster and welcome to enjoy this day. When you hear Christmas, we remember many things. Navidad in Spanish, Natal in Italian, Noel in French, and Christmas in English. That everything is only one thing, that is nativity of birth of Jesus. Today, we are here to enjoy, experience, and to learn something. As I have told you earlier, today we are having some games and at the last, those who are getting highest points, they will be getting Christmas prize too. So, for the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 rounds. The first is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on the projects and paths that they have chosen. The second part of the session is the table topics round, where members can practice thinking and speaking on their feet. This round is also known as the impromptu speech section. Guests are welcome to participate in this round as well. The third and final part is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as other aspects of the session will be evaluated by the general evaluator and his team. So now let us begin our first guessing game. When you hear Christmas, what is the first thing comes to your mind? Kindly
Santa Claus.
write in your book number 1 and kindly write. Yes, I think you are finished. Okay, we many things are coming in, but I have chosen the first thing is baby Jesus, birth of Jesus. So those who have written Jesus or birth of Jesus or baby Jesus, they will get 1 point. Just kindly write in your book. It is 1 point. Baby Jesus, Emmanuel, God is with us. It's a very beautiful experience we can experience, sure, especially during Christmas. And now we have our team. Before that, what is my second guess? It is all connected to Christmas, maybe anything. Well, so you can write it down, your second guess. So what is I am going to show you now? I hope you are ready. Are you done? What is my second guess? Okay, I hope you are ready. So my second guess is this wreath, Christmas wreath. We might have seen. So those who have written Christmas wreath for second answer, they will get 1 point. Read together. The circular shape and the evergreen material make the wreath a representation of eternal life. It is also a representation of faith, as Christians in Europe often place a candle on the wreath during Advent to symbolize the light that Jesus brought into the world. So now here in today's Toastmasters meeting, we have a wreath, that is Toastmaster Praveen. He is known as ever ready battery, because every time whatever role you give to him, he is ever ready, and today he has taken as general evaluator. So I request Toastmaster Praveen to introduce your read members, your team members to conduct this meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. It is my pleasure that I am introduced well. So, I am Toastmaster Praveen, and I am the general evaluator for today's meeting. So, I monitor the meeting right from the inception to the completion. Alone, I can't do it. I have a tag team. Let me call my tag team and introduce their role. I call Toastmaster DTM Winston to introduce your role as a timer. Unmute, Winston. Unmute.
Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters. I am the timer for today's meeting. Timer is the one who keeps time for the allocated time. Each one is allocated.
You are muted, Winston, again. Muted.
Okay. Hello. Okay. I'll repeat again. I am the timer for today. So I will show you the green flag when prepared speeches for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, yellow flag, and then 7 minutes, the red flag. Okay. If you exceed 7.5 minutes, then you are disqualified. And if you speak less than 5 minutes, again you are disqualified. Then there is the evaluators. For evaluators, also same thing. I think it is 2, 2.5, and 3 minutes. So same green, yellow, and red flag will be shown. And for the table topic, it is 1, 1.5, and 2 minutes. 50 seconds of half a minute of grace time is given. If you exceed that time, then again you are disqualified. So be prepared for your speech. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster
Praveen, general evaluator.
Yes. Thank you, DTM Winston. Now I call the grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Jyothi, to kindly introduce the word of the day and explain her role.
Good morning to all. I am very pleased to be the grammarian for this meeting.
Let me explain my roles. My role as a grammarian is to pay attention to the good use of English and provide suggestions for improvement. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. Now, let me introduce word of the day. Word of the day is epiphany. Epiphany, meaning a moment of sudden insight of understanding, the moment. Sentence, for example, in this lockdown, Jane had an epiphany about what truly makes her happy. During meditation, an epiphany occurred to Amish. He left that he was born to be writer. Irishman James Joyce, in a portrait of the artist as a young man, first adopted this word to a secular meaning, a sudden radiance, revelation while observing a commonplace object. Joyce replaced this word for the moment, an instance or moment of revelation. Now today's adjective. I also suggest you to use this adjective. That is angelic. You can describe someone as angelic if they are or seem to be very good, kind, and gentle. An angelic face, he looked angelic, etc. Today's phrase is a piece of cake, meaning when something is a piece of cake, it means that it was easy or quick to accomplish a task or challenge. Fixing the shelves to the wall was a piece of cake to me. And finally, the thought of the day is peace on earth will come to stay when we live Christmas every day. I hope you all will use this word of the day and adjective to the fullest in your speeches today and in days to come. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian, for giving the word, the phrase, and an adjective for the day. So I can say Toastmasters is a platform for the epiphany of our learning experience. And I wish all the members use the word of the day. Now, let me call upon the counter for today, Toastmaster Lizelle, to explain his role.
Good morning, Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of our counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as crunch or a pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to the overused words such as well, you know, and this means, and such. At the end of the meeting, I'll be presenting the list of the overused words and pauses and hours, and I think it should be a piece of cake for everyone. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lizelle, for your role introduction. Now I hand over the session to Toastmaster of the day. Yeah, Toastmaster Ashwin, back to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Praveen, for you are introducing your strong team members to enjoy today's program. Okay, let me come for third guess. Can you guess third thing which we use during Christmas? The third guess. So kindly write your answers on your book. Third guess. I hope you have written down. Yes, you can show your thumbs up if you have done. Okay, third guess is, that is star. Star. The Christmas star represents the first star of Bethlehem. That shone on the night Jesus was born. It also symbolizes the Christ is the light of the world and is a shining hope to all mankind. And today we have a star in our Toastmasters Club, that is none other than Toastmaster Balachandra Das. In his name, there is Chandra or light or star, we can tell. So that we have light in our Toastmaster. He was of Moroccan Muscat Toastmasters at Oman, and he was employed there. After returning to India, joined Kerala Toastmasters in July 2020. Currently is the area H1 director, and is speaking on strategic relationships level 1 part 2, and his speech will be evaluated by Sukanya. I request Sukanya to give some objectives of his speech. Over to Toastmaster Sukanya.
Good morning. Am I audible, Ashwin?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Toastmaster Balachandran. Nice to meet you here. The title of Mr. Balachandran's speech is Means or Ends? Question mark. That is means or ends. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. So Balachandran is speaking for the first time on this speech today. Back to you, Ashwin.
Yeah, means and ends. Very interesting topic. So over to Balachandran.
Thank you. I hope I'm quite audible.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster today, for that nice introduction. It is said that everything is fair in love and war. I do not know how many of you would agree to the saying. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmasters and esteemed guests, good morning to you all. What is actually more important? What do you think it is, the means or the ends? I'm sure every one of us will have an answer to this question and our own reasons to support it. When we plan to go to a particular place, we think not just about the destination alone, but the journey also. At the same time, if we think of only the journey without a clear plan about where we want to reach, or rather the destination, the whole exercise becomes pointless, right? Hence, both have its own importance. Having said that, in our personal life, when we think of personal accomplishments and recognitions, the glory and the fame attached to such achievements sometimes loses more towards the goals rather than the means. That's what we see in our day-to-day life. We then think of the means as just a way to get what we want, or getting what we wish is definitely more important than the efforts that we take to get it. Toastmasters, I just wish to take a few moments to talk about a great personality, one of the most famous and respected corporate leaders, that is Rajat Gupta. I'm sure most of you must have heard about him and about what I am going to say. His achievements as a corporate leader are too many, and to mention a few of them, he was the CEO of the world's most renowned management consultancy firm called McKinsey's in the US, and one of the largest investment banks, Goldman Sachs. In addition, he chaired some of the world's leading NPOs, nonprofit organizations like Rockefeller and Rockefeller and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In McKinsey's, he was elected as the CEO for the maximum permissible period of 3 terms. Only Rajat Gupta has the distinction of being elected for such posts continuously for 3 consecutive terms, despite being a person of Indian origin. If you look at the life story of Rajat Gupta, it is truly an amazing one. He and his 3 siblings were orphaned at a young age, and from a humble beginning in New Delhi, he worked hard, single-mindedly also, and secured the 15th rank in the much sought after IIT entrance exam. And after his BTech, he majored from Harvard Business School before joining in McKinsey's. But such a celebrated personality like Rajat Gupta was convicted by the court of law for conspiracy and security fraud while he was in Goldman Sachs on Security and Exchange Commission's findings of leaking inside information. Just think of it. Unbelievable, right? This incident teaches us a lesson. Success, however big, has no value if it's at the cost of our integrity, and such achievements could have disastrous consequences. Sometimes we forget the worth of what we have in our hands and start running after something that we feel is much bigger, forgetting the fact that it is not possible to achieve or acquire everything that we see around us in a lifetime. What we find intriguing is our level of education or qualification has nothing to do with a person's decision in upholding his or her character. I'm sure that nobody would have forgotten the story of the famous auto driver Jagannatha Patra from Odisha, who became an angelic figure when he returned a phone and a wallet to a passenger who happened to leave it behind in the rickshaw while getting out in a hurry. This is an incident that touched our heart and made all of us feel epiphanic and warm hearted. The passenger, Susanta Saho, later posted in social media that the angelic driver refused to even accept a cash reward for his noble deed. There is a saying, our test of integrity lies in what we would be doing when no one is watching you. And that's exactly what this angelic driver did. When I was a kid, I once changed the marks of my maths paper, and my father immediately found it out from my handwriting. When he asked me why I did so, I said, I was afraid I would get punished by that cane stick. Then he said, if I hit you, the pain will go away after a while. But what about the feeling of guilt of what you have done? You cannot erase it that easily. Then my father told me it was okay to fail, but not what I did. And he took out the cane that was kept on the top of the cupboard and threw it out of the window and said, if this cane is what has made you to do such a thing, it has no place in my house anymore. The famous civil rights activist Martin Luther King has once said, in the final analysis, means and ends must cohere because ends is pre-existent in the means, and ultimately, destructive means cannot bring about constructive ends. Toastmasters, I always felt that one of the most important things that we learn in Toastmasters is the importance of both the means and the ends. We have clear-cut program of learning where the means are well defined to reach our goals. There are no shortcuts. I have completed my path in visionary communication, but when I started the second path, I had to do the icebreaker all over again. When the means and the ends are in perfect harmony, we learn to walk with our head high with utmost confidence wherever we go. Toastmasters, let me ask you once again, do you think everything is fair in love and war? Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, means or ends. There is no shortcut. Thank you, Toastmaster Balachandran, for your inspiring speech. Okay, now let us come back to a game. What is my fourth guess? Please write your answers. Fourth guess of about Christmas. So I hope you have written your answers. And it is nothing but angels. Angels, the angel proclaim the news of the Saviour's birth. They sang glory to God in the highest and proclaimed the good news on that first Christmas night. And we know angels are in heaven. They are with God and they help us to experience heaven always. And today we have angel Lalitha Pandey. She is her speech is presentation mastery level 2, 5 to 7 minutes. She is CA by profession and she is working for MRPL. Her experience, 4 days experience, yoga experience at Mysore, and she is here as the angel to help us heavenly experience through yoga. So I request Chandrashekhar to read out her speech objectives. So over to Toastmaster Chandrashekhar.
Toastmaster
Sorry,
Seema
Father
Sequeira.
Ashwin. I am going to evaluate Lalitha,
Oh, sorry.
Toastmaster Lalitha.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Lalitha has chosen the path presentation mastery and she is in level 1, project 2. She has already given her icebreaker speech. Her objective is for a member, to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to a second speech. Now she is giving her first speech. So the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes and the title of her speech is Lessons from Yoga Camp. Lessons from Yoga Camp, Lalitha Pandey. Over to you, Lalitha.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are. You can continue.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Toastmasters. Today I want to share my experience of 4 days yoga shivira I attended at Mysore. We were 32 participants. All were for different backgrounds. Few were accountants, few were doctors, professors, teachers, IT professionals, etc. Can you imagine a day without your mobile phone, TV, laptop, and without your watch, and even without tea and coffee? Yes. I experienced those 4 days without all these things. The reason just to away from your family, from friends, from children and our office. We reached Mysuru along with 2 ladies from Mangalore on 28th of October at 5:30 morning. People to receive us and we were all welcomed by them. After reaching at the destination at Shivira, after taking bath and everything, we had started the yoga session from the day 1 itself. And in the evening, when we were so much of tired, and we were thinking of the sleeping arrangement. And they have made the arrangements, but we were seeing here and there is no bedding, etc. And the thought came, we have to sleep on our yoga mat only. Today I am utilizing yoga mat only for yoga for 1 hour. But now we have to sleep on our yoga mat only. First day I feel very uncomfortable, but 3 days adjusted. Next day morning, another surprise. We have to get ready by 5:20 a.m. for the yoga class, and that too after taking cold water bath. In this morning, I'm generally using normal water or hot water, but there we have to take cold water bath for the 4 days. Now I'll share my experience. First activity was to forget yourself entirely. Forget your family, friends, your profession, your designation, everything. Totally cut from the outer. Now we have to concentrate on ourselves, our body, our inside world. Just apply the idea of first unlearn everything and then learn the new things. Next, now we are living a life in full comfort zone. We are not sharing and caring because now we have a small families. We are not one. But in this camp, what people are each and everything. They are very much involved in sharing and caring. I love. Next, we attended a session on Ahara Shastra. In this session, they taught on the food habits, and that too in a very nice manner by singing and dancing. We should avoid all junk food, and we should try to move towards sattvic food. Then thereby, jaisa an means whatever we have, we thought or our thinking will be in that line. We think in that only. If we have sattvic food, then our mind and our thoughts will be like that. Fruits for breakfast. Instead of tea and coffee, they are providing us juices made up of for every meal, we always used to pray to the God for the food they provide. Next session was to the childhood, all indoor games, outdoor games. From this, we taught team building or to win the game. We attended a session on Atithi Devo Bhava. Guests come to our home, we should welcome them wholeheartedly. Next, we learned about few yoga postures and asanas with the help of other people and with the help of props. Because now we are not that much flexible to do few asanas, but we can do it with the help of props. Now for me, it's a piece of cake to do some difficult asanas. Now I'll share the takeaway from this yoga shivira. Early to bed and early to rise make all of us healthy, wealthy, and wise. And one more point I want to add here is we should take cold water bath if and if possible. Second is we should take a sankalpa to do good things. Every morning we should see our hand and we should take a sankalpa things for ourselves, the whole community. And next, we cook food. We cook with cool mind, no hurry, and with a prayer that this food will give good energy and good power to our family and kids. Next, we set our ego. We can do it. Yoga and meditation. Whenever I meditate, I have a feeling of, I have a epiphany feeling to set aside the ego. If possible, we should put kumkum in our forehead because there is our Ajna chakra. It has a very nice impact if you put kumkum on our Ajna chakra. If we follow all these things, we have a very good and healthy life. Over to you, Seema ma'am.
It's okay. Only some words were not very clear, but I have guessed them and I will evaluate. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, yoga mat to yoga experience. Be always cool and relax. Thank you very much, Lalitha Pandey, for your beautiful speech on yoga experience. So let us come back to fifth guess. So what is the fifth guess? Yeah. Yes.
I was able to see the timer actually.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. You can continue.
Timer.
Okay.
Sorry, the timer's flags were not clear. Hello?
Hello, sir. I was not able to see the timing flags.
Okay, but you are still within time because my internet went off in between. Sorry about it. But you are still within time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Stopwatch was running. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So what is next guess? I hope you have written down. And next guess is Santa Claus. Saint Nicholas is a Santa Claus. We call Santa Claus, but he is Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas went from home to home, giving gifts and celebrating the Savior by showing love as he did. He wears red, the first color of Christmas. He brings goodwill and love to all like the Savior. And we have today a great Santa Claus in the name of Santa Claus or in person of Santa Claus, that is Toastmaster Neil. He is ever ready to reach out, and his beautiful smile, it attracts each and everyone, especially his words or his speeches are like gift to us. So his speech will be evaluated by Linta Joly. I request to read out his objectives, and he is presently is in Gurgaon and is a product manager, visionary communication level 1. So over to Linta Joly.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. So here we have the third speaker for the day, and I'm all excited to reveal the speech objectives. We have Neil, who's doing his project 3 from level 1 from the path Visionary Communications. And the major objective of this level is basically research and presentation. So let's dive into it. So basically, Neil has to come up with a topic, well research on it, and then present it. You can divide the objectives of the speech into 3. First, come up with a well-structured, a well-organized speech, and of course, present it well. And the second would be that the speech should have good content, and we can deliver it in any style that he wants. And thirdly, it should not be a report of researching and presenting project from Toastmasters Basecamp. That's all from my side. So next we have our speaker 3, Neil, with his speech titled The Avian Inhabitants of a Frigid Land. The Avian Inhabitants of a Frigid Land, Neil.
Can you see my screen and can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmaster Linta, for introducing me, and for Toastmaster Ashwin for calling me a gift. And thank you. So starting out, what is something that came to my mind when I was growing up in childhood was, I grew up in Mangalore, as did many of you. One thing that is there in Mangalore, that is there during Christmas time, that's not there in other places, is Mangalore is quite hot, even during Christmas. But in most other places, it tends to be cold, right? So what I decided to do was, I have lived across many places, and one thing that came to my mind when I thought about the theme Christmas was that it's really, really cold in some parts of the world. 2 years ago, there was a polar vortex which came down from the Arctic regions and then hit the North United States and where I lived. Temperatures went down to minus 50 degrees Celsius. And even stepping outside for about 2 minutes or 3 minutes could give you frostbite in your hands. So it was best advised to stay inside. What happened then was the heating was great. And it was in Minneapolis where I lived. And it felt that this was not a problem that I should really figure out. A lot of places, a lot of news outlets covered this event and said that this was equal to temperatures that are found in normally some of the coldest areas on Earth. So one place was normally brought up. This is a picture of what it looks like without ice on it. Can anybody guess what it is and just drop it or say where you think this is? This is a satellite picture without ice.
Antarctica.
Yes, good guess. This is Antarctica, one of the coldest places on Earth, and definitely is some place where nobody would want to go. This is a place where, which was first visited in 1910, and normally, and the South Pole, which is there, was the first person who first visited the South Pole, Mr. Roald Amundsen, only visited in the 1910s, 1920s. So it's a place which is barely visited. Very few people live there. But one group of inhabitants live there and have been living there for many, many years. And they are not these birds, these birds, penguins. Why are they the avian inhabitants of the frigid world? The word avis generally means birds, and a penguin is a bird. So these are penguins. They've been living there for years. So I'm going to talk about penguins today. So this is that penguins are normally divided into four major species of penguins live in the Antarctic. The first is the largest penguin, called the emperor penguin. This is an emperor penguin. How tall is an emperor penguin, you might ask? An emperor penguin is about 1.1 meters in height on average, and they really stand out tall among the other penguins when it comes to height and majesty. That's why the word emperor. Now, emperor penguins thrive in many areas across the Antarctic, and they grow out from these cute little babies, these cute little chicks. These are cute baby emperor penguins. The next group of penguins that we have are called the king penguins. While not as large as the emperor penguins, they still want to look as if they are like kings. They still look and share a lot of same characteristics as the emperor penguins, such as the yellow neck that you see and the body structure. However, their beaks are longer, which sets them apart from emperor penguins and which classifies them as king penguins. And as you can see, they sure love to maintain their attitude. They love to say that, yeah, we are the kings, though they're not emperors, but they still want to say that, yes, they are kings. Keep the big beaks up, looking up at the sky and saying, yeah, we're the kings, but you're not. The third group of penguins, the third species of penguins that are normally found in Antarctica are called the Gentoo penguins. Here is an example of a Gentoo penguin mother with her chick, and the chick really says, yeah, I love you, mom. So this is an example of love that can be found between mother and child, similar to the theme of Christmas, which is how a mother loves her child so much and wants that love to spread across the world. Now, Gentoo penguins do have a good sense of humor and awareness, which is what you see when you try to take a picture of a Gentoo penguin. Sometimes they look at you and they take and they say, yeah, we see you're there. We see you'd like to take a picture of us. This is a nice selfie. Here, take this and spread this across the world as well. So this Gentoo penguin has a nice sense of humor, but not so much as the next species. The final species are called the Adelie penguins. They are actually the smallest of the lot, but they have the biggest attitude. They're about 40 centimeters in height, but look at their eyes. They just mean business, right? Look at them. Can you mess with these penguins? And in fact, if you go up on YouTube, you will find a video of an Adelie penguin chasing off a seal, which is much, much bigger than it is. It's on BBC. So that is one penguin that you can see. Now, you may ask, how can you say that these penguins have so much attitude? Look at this penguin. This penguin wants to fly. And when it wants to fly, yeah, it doesn't matter. The sky is the limit, even though it cannot fly. So these penguins really love to play around be the bosses, even though they're not the bosses, but they love to show that they are bosses. Not only that, they don't even fly in the air, they fly from the sea as well. Look at this penguin. This penguin really wants to show that, yeah, I come out from the water like I mean it. So these are, Adley penguins are really the most playful among them, and all the comical videos you'll find about penguins are generally Adley penguins. Now, with the word avis, which means birds, generally mean that they fly. But however, penguins cannot fly. Why can they not fly? They don't have wings. They don't have wings that can help them fly, but wings have generally evolved into flippers, right? Which they use to paddle in water and make sure that they reach large speeds. These flippers help penguins literally fly in water, evading predators such as seals and sometimes sharks as well that live nearby. So these penguins really fly in the water, and you can also see how they can fly for some extent on land with the propulsion that they get as well. Now, to summarize, penguins live in Antarctica. They are the avian inhabitants of a frigid world. Here you can see a waddle of penguins, really looking like a very, very crowded place, and maybe they seem to be having a fancy fete in Antarctica. Now, small piece of trivia: a group of penguins is called a waddle, but in water they're called a raft of penguins. So this is really unique for these majestic creatures, where they have two names for their groups when on land and on sea. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas to these penguins as well. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashwin.
It was really wonderful and well-researched speech, and you have helped us to be with penguins, and you have taken us to the world of penguins. So thank you, Toastmaster Neil. So let us come back to sixth guess. So what is my sixth guess? Can you guess your answer? Please write down your answer on your book. Sixth guess. So, and it is bells. So bells are rung to announce, especially during Christmas, to announce the arrival of the season, to proclaim the birth of Christ. Ringing of bells can be traced back to pagan winter celebrations. During those times, noisemakers were used to scare away evil spirits in the night. So here we have timer, Toastmaster Winston. So I request you to give the timings and their eligibility for their prizes.
Okay. I'm so sorry. My computer went on and off during that time. But Balachandra took 7 minutes 10 seconds, Lalitha took 7 minutes 20 seconds, and Neil, that's the time when my computer went off. I couldn't show this, the flags as well, but I hope you'll excuse me for that. So Neil took, probably according to my stopwatch, it is around 8 minutes. So if you can give a concession for Neil because of my mistake, I would appreciate that, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, yes, I think today, since we are celebrating Christmas celebration, we can give as a gift. So all are eligible for voting.
Thank you very much. I'm very sorry about it.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Winston. So let us come back to seventh guess. So kindly write your seventh guess on your book. I hope you have done it. So seventh guess is gifts. During Christmas, we receive gifts and we give gifts. The Christmas gift reminds us of how God gave us the gift of His Son, and that Jesus Christ gave us the greatest gift of all. Giving gift is meant to be a symbol of love, and kindness and remembrance of the gift of eternal life made possible by the Savior. So here we have to receive many, here we have a person, Toastmaster Della, who is very happy to give you many gifts, and she has received many gifts as the best speaker and best evaluator and best everything in best. So, and she is a very creative woman, and she loves to give us gifts, and let us watch, let us experience her gifts from her table topic. So over to Toastmaster Della.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. Yes, the voting link. The voting link has been shared on the chat box, so please do vote for the best speaker. We've already run, we're already out of a lot of time, and let's not delay more. So we have different table topics today. So I hope everyone can see my screen. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Della.
Yes. Great. Thank you. So what I will be showing you is you will have to guess a number from 1 to 24. Any speakers, okay, we'll have maybe 3 or 4. We'll see how the timing is. Maybe Toastmaster Winston can help us with the timing. And once you get the number associates 3 things: a name of one of the Toastmasters, a place, or a thing. So suppose you pick up the first number. So you will be saying, on the first day of Christmas, Winston gave to me whatever the thing is or wherever the place is. All right. So I will tell you all that. 1 second. Yes. So we'll have our first speaker, maybe Toastmaster Ranjani.
Yes, tell me.
Yes, what number would you guess, Toastmaster Ranjani?
What I must tell, I didn't follow you, sorry.
You have to select any number from 1 to 24. You can see a Christmas tree.
Yes, 23.
23. Yes. All right. So now 23 will represent candles and Radha. So you have to tell, sorry.
Radha.
On the 23rd day of Christmas, Radha gave to me candles.
I must tell something about Radha or candles.
Della, I think you can stop your your screen sharing and then speak. There is a lag.
Yeah. Yes.
Please tell me what I must do.
Okay. You must say that on the 23rd day of Christmas, Radha gave to me candles, and then continue with your speech.
Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters, MTMers, and guests. Our Kerala Toastmasters. I am Ranjani from Mangalore Toastmasters, and Radha is also our Sergeant at Arms. And I love her, the way she opens the speech. And about Christmas, she is very, very she loves her pani puri. I remember, even if Christmas we enjoy cake, plum cake, but I love to share pani puri with her, even if it is a breakfast or any time. She loves it. I would like to prepare and give it to her with the different taste and a candle light dinner or whatever it is. And Christmas time, we enjoy having all varieties of food, but she's a veggie, and I know what varieties she prepares also, lovely food. And even I enjoy so much food, whatever she has prepared. And Christmas time, I expect one party from her also. She has thrown so many parties to us, and I expect one more from her. Thank you. Over to Della.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranjani. Talking about food during Christmas is really a must for everyone, isn't it? Okay, shall we have another speaker who can volunteer? I will not share my screen, so you all can just select a number between 1 to 24. 23 has been taken. Anyone?
Della, I'll do it.
Frana, yes. What number would you select, Frana?
21.
21. So on the 21st day of Christmas, Shobha gave to me a reindeer.
On the 21st day of Christmas, Shobha gave me a reindeer. The reindeer are symbolic of Santa Claus. The reindeer have many names. There are 9 of them. They say that reindeer are chosen very specially because Santa Claus is supposed to come from the Arctic. The reindeer, myth has it that they are male reindeer, but actually Santa's reindeer are female, simply because reindeer, the male reindeer shed their antlers at the time of winter. And so since Santa is always shown with reindeers with antlers, most of his reindeer are female. So the thing of Christmas is the joy of Santa coming with these reindeer. And even if most people don't know the real meaning of Christmas, which is sharing, giving, caring, loving, they know about Santa, the reindeer, and gifts. And so in that presentation of gifts, which we give one another, and as we share today our Toastmasters with our fellow Toastmasters of KTM, we share this joy of having you with us at the time of Christmas and sharing our Toastmaster experience with you as well. Just like Santa comes on the sleigh, so we from MTM go on the sleigh to Kerala and wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May all the reindeer bring you the joy and happiness of this season so that we may care and share and grow together. A Merry Christmas to all of you from Santa and his reindeer. I cannot see the timer. I don't know how long it is. Have I crossed the timing? I cannot see Winston at all.
I think you're within time.
I don't know. I cannot see. That's why I stopped.
Della,
yes,
Della,
yes, Winston.
can you hear me? There's
Yes.
something wrong, going wrong with my PC.
Okay.
So can you appoint somebody else as a timer?
Sir,
I'm
maybe
so
you can
sorry.
just clap in between as soon as 1 minute gets over.
Yes.
Just clap so that they'll know.
Maybe you can clap, Winston.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
All right.
We have time for another speech, another table topics.
Yes, yes, Della, one more.
All right, one more. Can anyone volunteer? Ranjan is here. Ranjan, would you
Sharmila,
like
ma'am?
to? Sharmila ma'am is here. Sharmila?
What is this?
No.
Those who have not voted for the best speaker, please vote for the best speaker.
Choose someone else, Della.
Yeah, Princita, would you like to take part?
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah. What number would you take?
12.
12. So on the 12th day of Christmas, Sukanya gave to me angels.
Angels. Good morning, Toastmasters. So on the 12th day of Christmas, Sukanya gave to me angels, which is surprising considering how angelic she herself is. Sukanya is, okay, I do not know how to connect angels and like okay. So Christmas is a time for sharing joy and spreading happiness and, showing people you care, mainly for people to feel like, there's family and there's always someone to rely on. And with Toastmasters, Sukanya ma'am definitely has come through that way for me. Like after every meeting, like whenever I've given a speech, be it good or bad, she'll always find something nice to say about the speech, or even a role I might have taken. So like that's been her, that's been my connection with her throughout Toastmasters, especially the online meetings, I'd say. And it's great to have members show like interest and, that goes past just their role in the meeting, for members to reach out to each other and like show they care. And that's been really nice to, have experienced. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Princita. So I think we'll stop with the table topics, or shall we have one more?
I think you can have just one more.
One more?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone was saying something.
One of the KTM to speak.
Yes.
But only Linta is.
I think if Toastmaster Balachandran could take part.
Yes. No, he has left.
Okay. Anyone would like to volunteer? Come on, let's pep up the Christmas set.
Yes, Linta is ready.
Linta?
Please.
Yes. What number would you choose, Linta?
But then before that, a quick warning that I'm not aware of most of the members. So
That's okay.
Yeah, it's number 10.
10. Okay, so on the 10th day of Christmas, Seema was a Santa Claus.
A very pleasant good morning. It's only been 2 meetings since I have seen Seema, and she has been a person who fills joy in wherever she belongs. So be it a Toastmasters club, be it online, I've seen her only behind the screen, but she tries to bring up the spirit. She tries to energize everyone with just her presence. And it's not a surprise that she was the Santa Claus on the 10th day of Christmas, and she did bring the spirit of Christmas into everyone. And the best part is that she was not only dressed as the Santa Claus, she did sound like one too. When we think of Santa Claus, the first thing that comes into my mind is the presents that Santa has to give us. Seema was, in fact, the best Santa Claus that I have seen, perhaps after my childhood. In my childhood, my dad was my Santa Claus, and he would just buy what I want and keep it under the tree. And Seema just bought all the gifts that we all wanted. Now, I always wanted to learn how to play a guitar, but Seema, of course, she might not have that capital, or she was not funded probably. Me a tiny guitar, that is the ukulele. So a big thanks to Seema, and I will get started with my guitar lessons, because this year my Santa knew what I want, and yes, she did not have the fund, but she definitely came up with how she can satisfy our needs. So thank you, Seema, and over to the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Linta. This was really a wonderful table topic session. So I'm really happy, and thank you for everyone for volunteering. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashwin.
Yes. Thank you, Della. Thank you, Toastmaster Della. You have showed your creativity in every activity. So it was really amazing. And thanks for enlightening with your new creativity. So now let us come back for the guessing. So what is my next guess? That is number 8. Number 8. Please write down your answers. I hope you have done it. Yes. So my guess is, you can see, I think. So this is called Holly, Holly. The holy plant represents immortality as well as the crown of thorns worn by our Savior. So we may find, you may see it in Christmas tree or Christmas wreath or anywhere else. So that represents the mortality or eternal immortality of Jesus Christ. So now our Toastmaster Praveen, General Evaluator, is ready with his report. So why to make him worry? So let us over to Toastmaster Praveen.
Sorry to interrupt, Father.
Sorry. Timer, please. Timer. Toastmaster Winston.
Sorry to interrupt. I think there was some issue with Toastmaster Winston's PC. So to vote for the table topic speakers, we'll not go with the timing today since it's Christmas. Let's have everyone. So the speakers are Ranjani, Prana, Princita, and Linta. All right. So if we can have the forms ready. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Over to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Praveen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. Can I know who is going to time the evaluators? Anybody is there, please? Because DT Winston is having a problem with his...
I'll do.
Yeah, I was guessing. Thank you, Ranjani. So I will start my report. Before starting my actual report, I'll call the grammarian for today. The grammarian is Toastmaster Jyothi. Toastmaster.
And the evaluator.
Yeah. Okay.
Evaluate.
After evaluation. No?
Yes. Okay. The first evaluator for the first speaker, Balachandra Das, is DTM Sukanya. DTM Sukanya, please unmute and give you evaluation.
Morning, everyone. Am I audible, Praveen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So good morning, everyone, and good morning, Toastmaster Balachandran in particular. Toastmaster Balachandran comes across as a seasoned speaker. The speech was absolutely clear. The title was attention grabbing, means or ends. So definitely it would be thought provoking, and it was. Now he began with a quote and then gave us a lot of anecdotes. So this first story of his Rajat Gupta story connected with me because I too have been very intrigued with his success and his achievements and how he failed. I was wondering whether he didn't experience epiphany when he, was jailed. Now, I felt the content of the whole speech focused on the theme of integrity. So, Toastmaster Balachandran, what I would like to bring to your attention is that the path that you have chosen is strategic relationship. So, the focus of the path is understanding diversity, building personal and or professional connections with a public relations strategy. Now, I was not able to connect your speech to the path because your speech focused on integrity. But I thought you should have spoken about diversity and communicating with the diverse audience. That is my understanding of the path of strategic relationship. So that is where I think you could tweak your speech a little bit. Maybe you could still use the example of Rajat Gupta because he grew up in India, he went to the US and made a success of himself. And if you read a little more about Rajat Gupta, there is a story, there are anecdotes in his life where he used to call a lot of people to his house, host dinners, have some sessions where they would exchange ideas and so on. So I think you could still use the story, but tweak your speech a little bit to suit the path that you are speaking on. But definitely your speech had a great value to take home. That is the value of integrity. In terms of structure, the speech was structured very well with a great beginning, a body that was consistent throughout with the theme, and an ending that was thought-provoking. The delivery was absolutely clear, although I could not see too many gestures. Maybe it is the drawback of being on Zoom. And you seemed completely self-assured with the audience that is new to you because you've come to our club from KTM to speak. You were absolutely self-assured. So appreciate and congratulate you on your confidence. you didn't refer the notes. So definitely you have practiced your speech very well. And the speech had a great theme. So definitely I have a value to take home. That is the value of integrity. So you spoke about Rajat Gupta and you also spoke about an auto driver, and then you also related a personal experience. So you got us interested in the speech and it was very compelling to listen to you. Great speech. Congratulations. Back to you, Praveen.
Thank you, DTM Sukanya, for your evaluation. Now I call upon Toastmaster Seema to evaluate Toastmaster Lalitha's speech.
Thank you, Praveen. I reached on time. Lalitha, it's okay to make mistakes, but it is foolish to repeat the same mistakes. And don't worry, you have proved yourself to be shrewd enough to swallow all the corrections given to you for your improvement in the previous speech, and you have spoken without repeating those errors. You have spoken today with confidence, Lalitha, and you have made everyone love your speech. That is LOVE. We have not just heard your speech today, but we have listened to your speech attentively because the title itself, 4 days in the yoga camp, has actually grabbed everybody's attention. Mainly because in this time of pandemic, each one of us has become health conscious, and I'm sure all of us have started doing yoga in one or the other way in order to keep ourselves fit like fitting. Then you have also made us observe you carefully minute by minute by giving the explanation of every moment that has given you, given you epiphany in that yoga camp, made you feel comfortable and feel good. We were also visualizing the challenges that you faced every now and then and were empathizing with you, the E of love. That is, early to bed and early to rise in this winter season, which is very difficult to follow. And then having bath with cold water, keeping away all the important, your favorite things, especially the mobile, and leaving the regular food habits and staying away from home. All this was a challenge, but you have met with these challenges because you loved yourself. That is the beautiful takeaway message you have given us, that we have to have that decision to do good to others, and that is sankalpa, as you said, and love what we cook at home, especially with cool mind we have to cook, which was a blow on my head today because I was frowning and grumbling in the kitchen when I was cooking in between this meeting. So it was really great. The takeaway message was great. Only the suggestion for improvement that I want to give you is, I know the purpose of your joining this Toastmasters is mainly to improve your English language. And there are some errors here and there. What you can do is you can record your speech, listen to the errors and correct them so that you can become a better speaker in the next, when you give the next speech. All the best, Lalitha. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Seema, for your evaluation. Definitely, Toastmaster Lalitha will follow the rules and suggestions. The next evaluator for Toastmaster Neil is all the way from Kerala Toastmasters, Toastmaster Linta Joly. Over to you, Linta Joly.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It indeed, when I got the speech objectives from the Avian, I was really excited to evaluate the speech because the first time I was an MTM, Neil was the TMOD. So I knew that he would often come up with little big surprises. And definitely he did justice right from revealing the title because it was the Avian Inhabitants of a Frigid Land. I knew it was going to be birds, but I did not expect something as playful as this. So thank you, Neil, for an amazing start to this weekend. You had an amazing intro. You were, in fact, able to relate, or you were able to take, in fact, most of us in this meeting by saying that we've all lived in Mangalore. Most of our childhood have been in Mangalore. But you do not forget to relate yourself to the theme, that is Christmas. And by talking to all of us, you suddenly went to a global event, and then it almost sounded like a geography, science, history class. And this gave me an epiphany to the time when I was back in school, where a teacher used to come and then they used to give us, oh, how was your weekend? And suddenly move to the classes. That was her main objective. But you have been an amazing teacher because your class was all about fun. And the interesting part being that you had a big smile throughout. You had questions for us, the audience, in between, and the best part being that you did wait for your audience to answer. You had humor in your speech, especially when you changed your PPT slides and then you were like, these birds and these birds. Okay, not these birds, but these birds. In fact, when I had my Zoom in the gallery view, what I could see was smiling faces. Now, whatever be the objectives of your speech, if you were able to bring a smile on another person, especially with your speech, your objectives are met. You did talk about the penguins. You did start from the emperor penguins to the Adelie penguins. It, in fact, had revolved around everything we need to know about penguins. But a small suggestion, instead of making the title the Avian Inhabitants of Frigid Land, you could have made it My Avian Neighbors of Frigid Land. You almost sounded like a person who was in a frigid land. You sounded like their neighbor, because I really like the part where you used to come up with a picture and you used to give your own dialogues. It in fact was like a lady who's living next to your door. She's having a daughter and you just spoke as if you knew them. Suggestions from my part would be that you, in fact, had a lot of pictures and you were just saying out the facts that you could derive from that pictures. But it would have been great, or it would have left an impact on us if you could bring up a flow on what are the different species you're trying to talk and what are the special characteristics a penguin has. So if it was sorted down properly, it would have left, or it would have been in our minds in a more better way. Another part is you have an amazing voice with a good bass. So please make sure that you use voice modulation, because with voice modulation, you would sound great. Having said that, you did a wonderful job, the avian neighbor of In a Frigid Land. Thank you, and over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Linta Joly. Now, let me call upon the timer, Toastmaster Ranjani, to give the timer report.
Yes. Sukanya has taken 3 minutes 5 seconds. Seema has taken 3 minutes 10 seconds. Linta has taken 3 minutes 12 seconds. All are eligible.
Thank you. Thank you for your timer report. I believe we have received the Google form for voting. Okay, once they are posted, please vote for the best evaluator. Now let me call upon the R counter for today, Toastmaster Lizelle, to give his report.
Yes, from the report, I have I'm sharing a report on the screen. So as you can see, we don't have much. We don't have much of pauses and such. Comparing to others, we are doing good today. So Toastmaster Ashwin had 1 and Toastmaster Chandrashekhar did not have any breaks or any such asks. Toastmaster Della had 1. Toastmaster Praveen had 0 or breaks. Toastmaster Jyothi had none. And Toastmaster Winston had 2 hours and 1 repeat and 2 pauses. Toastmaster Fiona had no breaks. Toastmaster Princita had 1 and 5 the use of using like. explaining with using this filler word like. Toastmaster Balachandra had zero any kind of ums and these filler words. Toastmaster Lalitha had one Toastmaster Neil had two and two right. Then you know, and then there were many repeats. Toastmaster Sukanya had one us and one arms, and yeah, that's all. And there was one repeat. Toastmaster Linta Joy had no such filler words. Toastmaster Seema had two arms. Toastmaster Radha Sharma had two arms and one repeat and one pause. And I myself have many arms, teacher. And Toastmaster Ranjani had one arms. Yes, that's all for the today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lizelle. It was really a crisp and clear report of our counter. We will definitely try to avoid all the filler words in future meetings. Now, let me give my general evaluator report for the meeting.
Sorry, Praveen.
The meeting.
Grammarian.
Oh, sorry. I'll call upon Toastmaster Jyothi, the grammarian, to give her report. Toastmaster Jyothi.
Hi, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, General Toastmaster Praveen. It was a pleasure, epiphany triggering speeches today. It was speeches were very thoughtful. I have made a note of some excellent uses of words, such as our first speaker, Balachandra Das. His speech was decorated with many motivational quotes and anecdotes. The one I like most is the that destructive means cannot bring constructive end. Contrast words are used in this. That was a very beautiful usage. Then Balachandra Das used the adjective thrice and word of the day once. Then next speaker, Neil. It is breathtaking pictures of angelic penguin present with a simple words. I also appreciate beautiful sentence with contrasting words like smallest figure with biggest attitude. He also used sky is limit, frigid word, raft of penguins, etc. Now let us see evaluators. Our first evaluator, Sukanya, she also used very beautiful, wonderful words. Seasoned speaker, thought-provoking, intricate, integrity, tweak the speech, self-assured, etc. She used word of the day once. Then our next evaluator, Seema. As usual, her evaluation was very beautiful with beautiful English. Okay, and she start with the sentence, okay to make mistakes, but foolish to repeat it, was very wonderful. Then she used attentively, emphasizing, take away message, blow on my head, etc. And she also used word of the day once. Then third evaluator, Joly. She used word of the day once with some beautiful uses like amazing, entrop, etc. Then our table topic master, Toastmaster Della, pep up Christmas spirit. Then Toastmaster TMOD Father Ashwin, he also showed different beautiful uses like enlightening, new creativity, eternal mortality, etc. But I have complained for them. They miss to use word of the day or word of the phrase, etc. Even adjective also they didn't use. Our counter used word or phrase once. A piece of cake he used once. Then meanwhile, I'm I hope everyone can use more often the words of the day in future. And back to General Evaluator. Toastmaster Praveen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. Yes.
Back to you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi, for your grammarian report. We will definitely follow the mistakes what we have done, and we will definitely praise the best uses of English as well as the sentences, phrases, and I would like to request all the members to use the word of the day whenever it is posted. So today, let me give my report as a general evaluator. The meeting has started at 7:21, 6 minutes late by the scheduled time. So it happens every day, every time. And the prayer role, Chandrashekhar, it was today a very special day because he explained the prayer in Kannada and in English also. So it was very peculiar. Thanks to Chandru for your different type of role presentation. And the theme is as apt as to the Christmas festival. So the next, all the speakers were doing their role properly, and evaluators have also done their roles very properly by giving the valuable suggestions to the improvement as well as the betterment for their speeches. And my tag team, our counter and the timer. I thank Toastmaster Ranjani for helping Toastmaster Winston, DTM Winston, in timer zone because he had some issues with his computer. So I thank Toastmaster Ranjani for stepping into the timer role. And moving to the next, Zoom host and Google Form, Fiona. And I thank Princita for her photographs also. She will post she will post the photos later. And coming to the Toastmaster of the day, I think this is the first day for Toastmaster Ashwin as the Toastmaster of the day. But he has done his role very interestingly with his activity and maintaining the sobriety in between the activity as well as the Toastmaster of the day role. So it is late, but I feel it is latest. I request you to take more and more Toastmaster day role and make us happy. I have a couple of suggestions, not couple, I have plenty of suggestions. So let me give the whole suggestions. I request all the Toastmasters to take the roles up because it is not like moving heaven and earth. We have to take the roles because we are bound to Toastmasters. Whichever role is available, whichever role is okay for us, let us take the roles. And the second suggestion for the mentors, please prompt your mentees to take up the roles because many of the novice Toastmasters are not aware of the roles and their importance. So try to prompt your mentees to take up all the available roles. And I would like to request all the members to add the appropriate prefix like Toastmasters and DTM because many have used Toastmaster to DTM Winston because he is DTM now. So let us try to use the appropriate prefixes to the different Toastmasters. And I request all the role takers, whenever you are presenting your role, try to unmute your video because everybody is concentrating on you also, you only. So it is better, it will be very helpful to unmute your video while you are presenting your report. So now at the end of the meeting, and I would like to thank all the table topic speakers also. You have done a very fabulous job. And the table topic master, Toastmaster Della, she was just different in today's meeting because she connected the Toastmasters with all the candles and the Santa Claus. So all in all, the meeting was very nice. I thank Toastmaster Ashwin for bringing the epiphany of Christmas today, because I was not aware of these all things. So I have known more and more items regarding the Christmas. So without wasting my time, I hand over the session back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashwin.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Praveen, for your general evaluation and for your team. You have done well and you have helped us to grow well and in coming days to take some suggestions and become more and more powerful. So thank you very much for your beautiful role. So here I have good news for you. The result is ready. The best speaker, can you guess? Yes, you are right. That is Balachandra and Neil Sreshta. So they are both are sharing their prizes. So Balachandra Das and Neil Sreshta, congratulations. And best table topic, can you guess? Yes, you are right. That is Linta, Joly. And the best evaluator is again Linta, Joly. So congratulations for all the winners, and really you have done well. So and all the role takers.
Can everyone like turn on their videos for a photo?
Yes. Shall I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. In Christmas, we see God became man, because just to help human being to experience God. Let us experience that God in a day-to-day activities, in a day-to-day work, and in a day-to-day life. So really it was a great time for me. I was really busy, and all have helped me. Our VP Princia and Fiona and others have helped me, and really they have helped me, and I am grateful to you and giving me this opportunity to take this for the first time. And it was not easy. Now I understand the difficulties of taking roles and all, but I really enjoyed. And in coming days, as Praveen suggested me, and I'll really take some other roles also. So now we have last guess. Kindly write your answers. That is last guess. And I hope you have done it, and that is, you can see, this is candy cane. The candy cane is in the shape of a shepherd's crook used to bring lost lambs back to the fold. The Savior is often thought of as the good shepherd, guiding us back to his fold. The white on the candy cane represents the purity of Jesus, and the red stripes symbolizes the blood is shed for us. So we have a shepherd in our Toastmasters club. That is none other than Toastmaster Princia. So she has been today, our president is not there, but she has done her role very well, and we have seen from yesterday onwards she has requested everyone, and she has taken the shepherd's role. So over to Toastmaster Princia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin, and congratulations on a job very well done. I would like to thank everyone for attending. So there are a couple of announcements. Toastmaster Fiona, you may stop the recording now.